Every single woman in his family works 3 jobs. Every single one. They have businesses in their homes. They go to a day job during the day, and then some of them watch kids. They are like hustlers. And the fact that he's like, my family doesn't have money to eat, that's bull.
I think she was a sugar mama. Yeah.
No way in hell that this girl ever said, don't worry, son, you can stay home and do nothing and I'll work to take care of you. No one who knows me would ever think that I would say something like that. That's not a me thing.
What is going on, people? We are back again with another MovingMAD video. Oh my god. This is going to be a good freaking episode. I cannot wait. But listen, okay, so straight off the bat, we're starting off with the idea or the fact that when it comes to Yohan's family, the women are hardworking and they are providing, they are bringing money into the house. But when it comes to Yohan now, well, according to Danielle, he ain't bringing nothing home. And that's why even when he says that the family don't have any money, it's nothing but an absolute lie. And let's be real, do I agree with what Danielle's saying here, despite the fact that she lies a lot? You know what, I do agree. Because to be honest with you, Yohan has shown himself time and time again that he's more than happy to live up the people, which therefore brings me to this point as well. And that is the point of, was Yohan really ever going to work to give money to the family? Or at least if he was going to give money to the family, was he really going to give them that much? Has he always been over-exaggerating how much money he's always wanted to give to the family and, you know, help support his family? Has he always over-exaggerated about trying to be the man of the house, the man of his actual family? Because if you ask me personally, somebody that has desired to be the man that's going to provide for his whole family, obviously, is somebody that you'd imagine that if once he gets with a woman, he's going to want to provide for her too, or at least be in a position where he can definitely put money to the table with that no hassle. And with Yohan, everything was always a freaking hassle. well, we're just getting warmed up. Let's get into it.
This is woman after woman after woman. While I was handing out gifts, you're sending pictures of your get out of here. Screenshot of a picture that he sent him.
Of his private part.
Of his very private part. I don't keep count. I could use help from Sarper. I don't keep count. I have a lot of screenshots, but probably close to like 50 or 60. I've confirmed that he's met in person, one of them being one of my clients. Multiple women that he's reached out, come see me. I want to see you. I love you. Like he has multiple, even now, because he doesn't realize this, but I can see every message and everywhere in his life.
That is wild. Just imagine that. You find out that the man that you've been married to, the man you've been with this whole time, the man that you moved from New York all the way to DR for, well, I say for, to be fair, let's be real, she moved to DR for herself more than anything else. But either way though, to find out that there was what, 50, 60 women that he had been talking to. Now, of course, there isn't a record of him necessarily sleeping with them all, but damn, that is a lot of women. And to be honest with you, let's be real, when it comes to Yohan is always looking for a cash cow. So realistically, let's just say, for example, you know, out of the 50 to 60 women, let's just take a small percentage. Let's just say 10 of them. 10 of those women were women that he actually did sleep with, and 10 of those women were actually giving him money. And depending on how much money they were giving him, and let's be honest, when it comes to Yohan is always someone asking for a whole lot of freaking money. I mean, listen, this guy was asking for a freaking car to be bought for him. He was asking for a house to be bought for him. I can't imagine how much money he would have been asking for these women. So realistically, is this man's pocket empty right now? I beg to differ. God damn. But hey, man, listen. Sometimes in life, people's karma comes and gets them in the end. And I feel like Yohan's karma definitely came and got him. But hey, we're going to get to that one too. But this is some messed up shiz.
I didn't look for these women. 2 months ago, when I came home from New York, I walked in to a very unfortunate situation in my apartment. Single one of the females that you are friend with as my friends. Because I knew that every single one of those women would be like, huh, why is Danielle adding me? And some people would block me. And every single one of those women did. And the ones who blocked me, I went looking deeper. I'm very smart. Like, I'm not the right person to do this to. Walked in from the last trip to New York, the house was kind of a mess and my pool floats were moved, which sounds crazy, but the only people who go on those pool floats are me and Yohan. It's like, the pool floats are moved. They were over there when I left and they were there. Oh, my nephew was here. You and your 22-year-old nephew were floating in the pool together? I don't think so.
You know what though? I'll tell you this now. You can never miss, and I mean ever miss, with a woman's gut feeling. And let's be real. If she knows certain things are out of place, she's going to know that certain things are out of place, especially if she's the one that always tidies up. If you never tidy up and it's always her that tidies up, she will know when certain things are not in the right place. And let's put it this way. There's a fine line between the woman always tidying up the house and the man always messing up, but there's always a certain area of light. There's always a certain area that he's always going to move. You see what I'm saying? It becomes a consistent thing. So when it's out of the ordinary, it's definitely going to get a woman thinking, something's a bit off here. Something isn't right here. In fact, if you did move this, I'm surprised you didn't even mention it, you know, during our conversations, because why wouldn't you? It's just a casual thing, right? So really and truly, this whole thing with the pool and these things being moved, I mean, I see it. I understand it. I see it, especially if you know that you're the only two that's ever used it, to be fair. And let's be real, like I said before, if he's had a guest around that, you know, is a friendly guest, family guest, I'm sure within conversation, he'll be like, hey, yeah, I'm just doing this with so-and-so right now. So if you don't ever mention you're doing anything with so-and-so right now, well, of course, it's always going to look very suspicious when certain things move that you know that only you and your partner actually use. So for all those cheaters out there right now listening to what I'm telling you, if you're gonna do a madness, you make sure in conversation you're bringing up in a different way, you know what I'm saying? So if you know you got a little cheeky in your house right now, and then you have a conversation with your woman now right now, just be like, yeah, nah, the boys around right now, you know what I'm saying? We're just getting the pool and things, you know what I'm saying? Okay, whatever. Nonetheless, though, it's just crazy though, because you see, whenever it comes to the confrontation between Yohan and Danielle, the difference between these two is that Danielle always comes with some form of receipts. Yohan comes with nothing but a freaking attitude, an attitude that never actually helps him in any kind of way. But hey, man, listen, as far as I'm concerned, it's not looking good for Mr. Hanky Spanky or whatever the hell they call it in DR, yeah.
He brought a woman physically to your home?
I think he did.
Did you ever bring another woman to the apartment where you and Danielle lived? Danielle, do you believe that?
No.
Well, when you look at the evidence, it's going to be very hard to want to believe someone. Do you know what I mean? I mean, listen, put yourself in this situation here, given the fact that Danielle's story is true, which obviously is because Yohan has not denied the story. You know, what do you think? Do you think that your partner's lying to you? I mean, to be fair with you, most importantly, would you still continue being with that person? And I think that's the bigger question. The fact that this happened, but Danielle never necessarily left him at that moment in time, that is just wild to me. It waited for a text to come from somebody else. I guess sometimes you need confirmation rather than assumptions. So I get it. You know, you'd rather leave on a confirmation rather than leave on an assumption. But at the same time, though, an assumption, if it's powered by a gut feeling, a woman's intuition, a woman's gut feeling, I mean, listen, to be honest, if you maybe stand out of bounds, but that's not to say that women's gut feelings are always correct, because sometimes a gut feeling can be projected from a past trauma just because somebody's done something that is, you know, obviously triggered it. So there is also that part too. But hey, we continue.
Go through reception. You can go through the side door. We never went through reception one time that we lived there. We parked on the side and went up the side stair. So that tells me right now that you definitely did, because that was some crazy story. Women there the whole time you worked at that hotel. That was your whore hotel. Every single time you brought a woman from your hotel, you brought them to that apartment complex. That's why you wanted to live there.
My only question is how long has Danielle known this? How long has she felt like this? And therefore, how long did it then take her to leave the relationship after finding out this information and knowing this? Or did she find this out after leaving the relationship? You know what I mean? And I just feel like it's very easy to sit here on the attack towards Yohan, 100%. But also at the same time, I have to question people that will stay in a situation where they have information that is crucial. But again, I guess it's a matter of figuring out, when did she figure out this information? Was it before or after being with him? But it seems to me, it definitely should have been when she was with him, because how would she have noticed these patterns, you know, without her actually being physically at his home, you know, recognizing certain things, moving out of place and X, Y, Z. I mean, obviously we know that she went on Facebook and obviously had these conversations with women and obviously found out more things. But either way though, if you ask me, this is something that she definitely found out throughout the relationship. And it's crazy, but Danielle loves to put up this front that, you know, I'm this type of woman, blah, 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 blah. But when it comes down to it, she lets a lot of things slide. So, you know, she definitely does a whole lot of talking and a whole less of barking. So, I'm just bothered about why it's taking her this long to get to the point to actually leave him, because we can't say that Danielle's in a situation where she's like in a mentally abusive relationship necessarily, because let's be real, these two are just as bad as each other. Both of them are eager for power. Both of them have that ego. So you can't tell me that was the thing. You can't tell me that she was blindsided. So why stick around for such a long time? That's the part that really tickles my brain. That's the part that really bothers me the most, to be honest with you. But each is of their own.
Like, I am so floored by how stupid I was. Like, okay, I clearly did not know who my husband was.
Did you send a picture of your private parts to another woman?
Manda foto de mi pene. No estando en esa relación.
Are you serious? I have images of the messages that he sent to these women, and that's not true.
How do you know that Yohan was the one that sent the picture to these other women?
Because they had sent screenshots of the conversation.
I don't know why that was even a question. How do you know that Yohan sent these pictures? I mean, who else would have done it? I find that wild, to be honest with you. And let's be real, like, he literally just admitted that, yes, he did send pictures, but it was not in the relationship. So to be fair, I don't know why that was even a question personally. I thought that was just strange as hell. Like, okay, you trying to save this man? Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, yo. But we all know about the host. We all know that how the host is useless. Let's be real. she doesn't ask anything informative, brings nothing to the table. The only thing that she does that's actually decent is, hey guys, welcome to the table. Hey guys, let's enter the table. Those are the two things that she does. That's literally decent. That's it. Everything else, why are you here? The host is so bad that they now have to bring ex-cast members to come in and ask questions and be the ones to be interviewing the current members. Like, goddamn, let that sink in. Just let that sink in. I just realized that. But yeah, anyway, yeah. Either way though, I think Yohan's ego will never allow him to admit the truth. He's got a man's ego. To be fair, I say this, he's got a black man's ego. I mean, white guys, from what I understand, I mean, I've known some white guys, they will happily tell you. In fact, I know a couple of white guys, listen, man, they will admit to you that they cheated on you, but also find a way to make it sound like it's your fault. Yeah, I cheated on you, but if you didn't do this to me, well, then this wouldn't happen. Yeah, they be admitting that and also be playing victim at the same time. Jesus, man. The mental game that white men play is different level, man. Jesus. Yeah, for us black men, it's too much effort, you know what I'm saying? At least it is for me. I mean, not like I'm one of those people, but either way though, what was my point again? This is not Patreon, this is YouTube. Do not demonetize me, YouTube, okay? Yeah, anyway, so, yeah, but then again, on the black man's ego, to be fair, I think a lot of black men just would not admit it. They would deny it. They would take that shit to the grave. So Yohan's probably going to take that shit to the grave, whether it's true or not. You'd have to bring in, listen, there's evidence against him and he's still denying it, you know? A woman texted Daniel and then Bear With Me came forward and the man is still denying it. He's never going to admit his wrongs. Nah, his ego's way too strong for that.
Sent screenshots of the conversation.
Wow.
So first of all, I can see his DM, so I can see what he's sending. That's the first thing. So if he's sending it via Instagram, I can see it. Because I created his Instagram account. Well, he doesn't know how to get in on his Instagram account, so he doesn't have that access to change the password. It's like a big ordeal because it was attached to an old phone.
I mean, if nobody sees that as a massive red flag, then I don't know. Like, honestly, the fact that Danielle has this ability to just be able to go in and out of his account is just disgustingly wild to me. Like, that is messed up. It's like, did you have intentions of trying to control his whole life? You know what I mean? Like, it's just so wrong, you know? It's so wrong. I don't know, man. Listen, I find that really, really disturbing that she's able to just go in and out of his account whenever she pleases. That's messed.
I just want to see, like, why is he sending pics to females while you're married? And, like, what's up with pics?
No fue que con Daniel en ningún momento de nuestra relación. Tampoco eso es mentira de que yo le saqué un montón de dinero a mujeres. Si yo hubiera sacado un montón de dinero a mujeres, no hubiera tenido la deuda.
Because you took a $10,000 loan after I left you. I saw the loan. I saw the date. I saw it. You're saying that you're in debt because of me. You're in debt because you don't have me anymore. And you lost all your cash cows because now we all know.
So, my opinion, this is past cheating. This is scamming.
Yeah, no,
You
it's
know
not.
what
It's
I mean?
scamming. It's cheating. It's all of that. It's sociopathic.
My thoughts are like, with you posting that and kind of alluring other women to not get scammed, people still tie you to him. So you're protecting your own reputation.
There was a better way to do that, but it is also like, yes, I do. Like, I'm done with this man.
Yo no tengo una pregunta. Lo que pasa,
I mean, listen, it took about an hour into the episode for someone to finally call him out for being a scammer. Like, damn, it took you guys that long to say it? Like, really, truly. Oh, my days. Well, that is Yohan and Danielle. Yohan and Danielle. I mean, the good thing about this is that now they're broken up officially and forever, clearly, because there's no coming back from this. Honestly, if Danielle came back from this would be worse than Liz taking Ed back flipping 10 times, to be honest with you. This would be worse than Kalani staying with Asuelo, like, after all the women that, you know, if you ask me personally, because this is now pure public knowledge. You know what I mean, okay? And this guy was legit bringing women to the complex that you lived in, that you pay for. Imagine that, you know? And he was using you as much as he was using other women for money. Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap for me, you know what I mean? But listen, I'm just happy that it's finally come to an end of these two. Well, I hope it's come to an end of these two, you know what I mean? Because literally you cannot turn back from this at all. People will laugh at you, people will discredit you, people will just be like, wow. That's why what Tim said is quite crucial. He said at the end of the day, this affects you because you're attached to him. So her reputation is very key. Now, whether or not she gives a damn about her reputation, I don't know. But given the fact that she's always on social media, talking about spirituality and talking about all these things and give people advice on relationships and all that kind of stuff, for her to go back to Yohan, that would just literally discredit anything that she has said moving forward. You know what I mean? So, But either way, you guys let me know what you're thinking down below and we'll talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.